Shailene, it was recently announced, will be starring and producing in the Janis Joplin biopic. I mean, how have you started preparing for this
What?
legend?
I haven't heard this. That's
No?
amazing. No way.
I know, isn't that amazing?
Wow, that's going to be incredible.
It's been 7 years in the making for us, and now we finally got to share it with the world. And the whole experience has been incredible from day one to now, and we have a long way to go.
Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing. I mean, nothing, honey, if it ain't free. No.
To me, like, the best biopics are really just stories about a human being having a human experience. And that's really where we're leaning into with this. And to me, Janice represents, gosh, she's just the energy of that woman and her beliefs and the comet that she was in this world. That gets me very excited.
Are you excited, Joseph? He's like,
Yeah,
I'm already
I'm
seen
a
it.
big Janis Joplin fan. Yeah, and yeah, I did not know you were doing that. You're so the perfect person for that.
Agreed.
That's great. That's really
We'll
great.
see, which is, it's exciting.
There hasn't been a Janice biopic, not for lack of effort, it just hasn't happened yet. Why do you think her story deserves to be told on the big screen?
I think sometimes things really aren't that deep. I just think that I want to see her story because I love her music and I loved who she was. Like, she was a little spitfire that just saw the world with so much love and light, and she really believed in the goodness of people. And that's the kind of human that I want to be friends with. That's the kind of human I want to be inspired by and am inspired by. And no one has ever been like her since, like musically, but also just the spirit of who she was. When she sang, she wasn't singing. She was like channeling so much feeling and emotion.
Now when I call him my lover, call him my man, I said I call him my lover, I did the best I can, come on. And the Bobby, no, and the Bobby McGee, yeah.
To me, that I've been moved by her for a very long time, and I think that it will be a fun movie and story to share with people, because I don't know that people know a lot about Janice, like a person, and that gets me excited.
Mrs. Vardakis.
I appreciate you coming, Mr. Bali. We buried my brother-in-law 2 days ago.
I'm sorry for your loss. What a terrible accident.
This isn't that simple.
When I tell y'all this movie was made for me, I am such a fan of film noir. I literally was just in Greece this past summer. And of course, I'm a big fan of both of your work, both of you. Of course, this isn't the first time though you guys have shared the screen together. And I'm curious, Joseph, how was this time working with Shailene different than when you guys made Snowden?
Oh, well, this time was just fun.
Yeah.
When we made Snowden, there was a lot of pressure to it because that was a momentous, historic event that we were dramatizing. Whereas this is, you know, it's a mystery. It's just a mystery murder detective story. It's based on a great piece of fiction that's, you know, the kind of page turner that's just fun. And we were like, I called Shay and I was like, I have something fun. This isn't, you know, this is not Tolstoy. This is not Kubrick, but this is going to be a fun time. Let's go to Greece.
I was going to say, we're filming in Greece.
Yeah.
I need the best investigator. I can't trust the local police.
Why is that?
My husband's family owns them.
And if he finds out that you hired me?
I feel like it was an easy sell, but Shailene, I did learn that Joseph approached you and you jumped at this opportunity because this is a character you've never played before. So how would you say Penelope specifically was different than any role you've done before, and what was perhaps maybe the biggest challenge that you face embodying her?
I try to always do something that I've never done before because it, you know, just to explore new colors and personalities. And I've never played a femme fatale. I've never been a part of a mystery film like this. And I thought that being able to kind of lean into the femininity that she possessed, but also she did have this strength in her, but it was a kind of quiet strength. That to me, I thought that would be really fun, and it was really fun. It was complicated, but it was love.
Everybody is jealous of somebody.
Get off my boat before I throw you off.
Was that a confession? The key to most murder cases is the motive.
I had a blast, like from everything from the costumes to the hair and makeup, you know, The pieces of putting a character together that when I've played other characters that are kind of maybe a little bit more grounded or natural in a way, you don't get to explore all of those elements as much. So it was creatively so much fun.
You lied to me.
I didn't trust you yet.
Told you to leave the island. I figured it out.
What is he talking about? This is a mistake. You have to go.
And there is a specific archetype, right, with the femme fatale. Like you mentioned the hair and the makeup and the costuming, because that is important. And I clocked kind of like her arc by her hair. Her hair was so gorgeous in Grease, and then by the end with that really vulnerable moment, it's up. It's up, and doesn't care about it. I mean, did you kind of like get a say in how you guys would develop her?
Yeah, that to me it's such a, we don't really talk, or I don't really talk about it that much, but it is such a massive part of what we do is the creation of how a person walks and how they smell and how they talk and how they look at themselves in the mirror and how they decide to, do their hair or their makeup. And to me, she just seemed like someone who had sort of very chic style, not because she cared a lot, but because she had the funds and she kind of fell into this life where she got a blowout a couple days a week and she has a closet that has everything perfect. It's just, it becomes a routine instead of something that's curated. And that was the direction that we really leaned into with Penelope.
Any witnesses?
No.
What was the time of death?
It's in the report.
Great. Could I see that?
No.
I was told the police had closed their investigation.
They have, but it's important to remove any suspicion there's been criminal activity.
Is that what you think happened?
Now, Joseph, you're an EP on this. So why was this a story you really wanted to tell? And also, what is it about like a murder mystery that audiences just love?
We've been telling these stories since before movies existed. You can go back to, I don't know, like ancient Greek theater or something. You'll find there's a fun to wanting to hear about a murder mystery. I don't know if I can explain it, but I know that when I'm reading, the Jo Nesbø short story or the Raymond Chandler novels or whatever they are, it's fun. It's just like, it's engaging, it's thrilling. You can have a fun time with it. So this is one of those movies. It's not that deep. It's just really fun. It looks really good, and it'll be like a fun date night on the couch.
The family was rich, really rich. They ran the island through violence and extortion. You don't believe this thing they're saying about it being an accident, do you?
I'm used to people coming after me and my family. Why did you really come here, Nick?
For some people, jealousy is a lot like love. Maybe that's just how I see it.